Alpha Day. My name is Jeff Pleadwell. I am a professional pirate living here on the southeast coast of Guam. After the war, the Americans made this area a rehabilitation center. It was named Fort Etheridge. Fort Etheridge was built by the Seabees. They developed 22 acres. There was a softball diamond, horseshoe pit, a skeet range, fried chicken shacks, all kinds of activities. The purpose of the camp, accommodate all the pilots who flew over 50 missions. If a pilot flew 50 missions, they were required to stay on the ground for 2 weeks here at Fort Etheridge. Also, a lot of the aircraft carrier personnel who were qualified came over here to Fort Etheridge and spent several weeks here too. I have met some of the people that stayed here, the veterans. One guy told me he was a lifeguard here, a man named Dwayne Snyder. He said it was the best duty he ever had. A huge saltwater swimming pool was built. The salt water was piped. You can still see the pipes in the channel today up to the pool. The salt water was piped up to the pool and then released once a week. It was a huge, beautiful pool. 10,000 men were served by this camp. Down the street, there was Camp Dealey. Camp Dealey was a submarinist camp. Camp Dealey became more historic in 1945 when 5 American sailors and a Chamorro guide were killed. They went up the Tocha River searching for souvenirs from the war to bring back home. They were ambushed by the Japanese, slaughtered. 5 were killed. They were not supposed to leave the camp. They were restricted. And I have a letter from the CO that he wrote after the tragic incident about why you should obey orders and never enter this jungle unarmed. The stragglers around here were still dangerous. They were desperate. They weren't sure if the war was over. They weren't sure what was going on. But there was one guy who lived over here longer than anybody else in the jungles of Telefofo, along the hills of Tocha. He was everywhere. That man's name was Shoichi Yokoi. Yokoi lived 28 years up in the Babulau area near the Naval Magazine. He told me that many times he would come down in this area and stay in the hills. He said he would hear the music coming from the celebrations at the camp. He longed to come down here, but of course he would have been killed instantly. Yokoi has a long, interesting story. He made the most out of everything he had. He was totally by himself for 12 years in his last cave. He had dug 7 different holes in the jungle. He outsurvived the 9 others that were with him for a long period of time. We're going to show you some footage of the man who caught Yokoi, Manuel DeGracia, and his explanation of what happened that day in 1972.
Okay, we were passing through there. There's a trail. There's an old trail over there. And there's a clearing down here. That's where I saw him almost to the river already, walking toward the river.
What time of day was it?
It's maybe about 6:15, 6:30 in the evening, in the afternoon.
So maybe that was his time to first come out and look around, right?
Yeah.
I see.
We don't want to be out there early, so maybe
Yokoi
scared to... Somebody might...
Discover him, right? So he's like the nighttime only.
Yeah.
Well,
just
it's about maybe
about 1 minute's walk?
About 1,000 feet down.
1,000 feet down?
Yeah, from where we're standing up here on the hill.
100 メートルぐらいしたら
We saw him down there maybe about 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
He told that the Yokoi is one of the people from the village.
Of course.
But when we come near Yokoi, that's when he noticed that it wasn't the guy he thought it was.
Right.
And he said
He was a Japanese soldier.
a Japanese soldier. So
村人ではなくて日本兵だ。
we take him walk all the way down to the other river, where we
You,
park.
you took him to the other river?
Yeah, the gate where you...
right.
There's another trail there that has big wood, crossing the river. That's where we're passing. We were up here, me and my two sons, and my nephew was up here. My brother-in-law's already going to the other jungle, So I saw a figure down there. I didn't know it was a human being or maybe an animal, So we just wait.
You just wait?
Yeah,
But
until I noticed that it wasn't an animal. That's why we went down. So my brother-in-law turned back and go in front of Yokoi and tell him to hold, to stop.
Yeah, you stop. But
3 times my brother-in-law said, hold it. And Yokoi don't
彼の義理のお兄さんがよく最初に見た時に3回ほど横井
he
は
was carrying his
shrimp
a sack of shrimp trap on his right hand and holding another 2 shrimp trap on the left, and he was walking like this.
エビ取る
Very slow. 3 times he said, hold it. Until the 3rd time, that's when he dropped his load and do like this. He thought that maybe the guy now is gonna go after him. So my brother-in-law pushed him like this. Then he fell down. Before fell down on the ground. And that's the time when my brother-in-law knelt down and slapped him.
He slapped him. Why do you think he slapped him?
Maybe he thought back about his brother and his nephew being killed over there. That's the other side of this mountain. Oh, me.
I'm sorry, you are the one who
I was in trouble there. Mr. Venus is already going toward the jungle area. Then I saw him down there. So I stopped the 3 boys behind me, tell him to wait. So I walked down closer, and then my brother-in-law came back and saw the guy.
Yeah.
He was almost in front of the guy,
Oh, yeah?
while me on top is behind the guy. So when my brother-in-law goes closer, he noticed it was
彼が最初にね、デ
Japanese.
ガルシエスが
Yeah, he pushed the guy, and the guy fell down, and then
でまあ
he
横
kneeled
下
down
張り
and
倒して
slapped him like that.
How the Yokoi while you are keeping you are how to say taking Yokoi, how he looks like he walk? Or he,
Yeah, but he walked low like this. He used to get used to staying inside the cave. Yeah, that's why maybe
Yeah, I see.
the people they keep on going on top. That's why all the dirt collide. I think the chimney is located somewhere here.
That was it. That's entrance there.
That's the entrance.
It goes back in here. This is the.
Then the tunnel goes in here.
This will be chimney somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
the
another
chimney
one.
is somewhere over here. But
That's
it's
another
covered up.
それただの穴だ。本当はその
Say sayonara to the
Japanese. Adios.
Okay.
Cool.